Mango, are you ready, Mango? Are you ready? We are recording.
Yeah, I'm muting it so I don't have to.
Mango, Sansan, are you ready?
Yeah.
Podcast time.
I can't believe it worked last time. It worked.
Yeah, same.
Come on, Sansan. Let's go. Come on.
Oh, what did we talk about last time? Probably
I
just
have
random
no idea.
stuff.
I don't even know what happened last week, so I'm so bad with these things.
Same.
But today, we still have a lot of... Actually, so the other day on Instagram, we did a Q&A, and there were so many questions that we just didn't... I just couldn't answer them all. Also, I fell asleep. Because at the moment, it feels like all we do is going through villages and vaccinating dogs. Oh, we didn't even make an introduction. Doesn't matter. Hi, I'm Daisy.
I'm Chantal.
This is Sansan, and this is Mango.
Together we have a rescue organization in Bali called Bali Post.
Sorry, my dogs were barking. Okay, let's continue. Where were we?
We were talking about the going village to village.
Yes. Sorry, my brain just feels fried at the moment. Actually, right after this, we have to go back to the villages. So we start in the morning and then it goes until 6 p.m. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Let's do this.
You want to start with the questions?
So normally we always do the sunshine and Raincloud moment. I think we should start with that and then go.
You want to start? Oh, okay.
Asking you? Okay. Sandy, what was your Raincloud moment?
Today I had to drop off Minnie and Tiny.
Sandy has two foster dogs, or had two foster dogs.
Yeah. For 3
Tiny.
weeks.
Somebody dumped them in front of the puppy house in a bag. And they were living with her for 3 weeks, and today was the day she had to say her goodbyes.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so
It didn't feel like
we
3
are
weeks.
leaving soon.
It didn't feel like 3 weeks. Normally with puppies it's kind of a lot of work. But with them, I mean, of course they, chewed on some of my plants and stuff.
How much do you love fostering?
But they're just cute.
Because I remember in the last episode,
Yeah. But I told you the other day I'll take it back.
what do you take back?
That I might like fostering, also for myself. Not just for the dogs. Anyway, they're gone now. They're in the puppy house. I hope they get used to it really quickly and become friends with some other dogs. So, yeah, that was my Raincloud moment. What was yours?
Oh, Raincloud moment. I don't know really. No proper Raincloud moments. I think that we had a few big problems that we solved when it comes to vaccinating all the dogs in the villages, and I think just to get the permission to do so, it's a long story, and however we managed, so actually everything is fine. It's just the workload at the moment. There's a lot. Anyways,
Sunshine moment.
sunshine moment.
Start.
Sorry guys, I'm just really, really exhausted.
Alright, concentrate.
Okay.
Sunshine moment.
Well, it's not about that. I'm thinking about my sunshine moments, but the thing is, I just don't
Faster.
know. I just don't know. There's not I think my sunshine moment is going to be Thursday when we are leaving for a
This
short.
doesn't count. This doesn't count.
Well, obviously there are many sunshine moments. So a really big one is that this new sterilization and vaccination project will be funded. Not this week, but I think starting from next week, hopefully. So that's good. So I don't have to look for ways to make it possible that we can actually go through all the villages and vaccinate all the dogs. So that's good. So that's good. There are a few good things. I'm just not feeling very sunshiny at the moment. But I guess you too, like the both of us, there's just a lot in the past few months, I guess. And there was no like proper break from it as well. Because even on weekends, when I just want to spend time at home, there's still, as soon as I touch my phone, it's just full with messages.
Yeah, don't touch it.
Well, I don't. Like on Saturday, I don't.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, like it sounds crazy because on Instagram you just see, a little part. But from morning to very late at night, all we do is Bali post stuff. Pretty much.
Yeah, I was talking to a friend about it today, about our upcoming holiday, and he was like, yeah, just turn off the phone for a week. But yes, we're planning on, having a holiday for a few days, but there's no way we can just turn off our phones.
But also for the holiday, we need to prepare for it. So we gotta go and visit our sponsor, which is Happy Doggo in Thailand. And I'm really looking forward to see Niall and the team. And I mean, this is gonna be fun, And afterwards, because last week was Sandy's birthday, and we couldn't celebrate it because we had so much work. It was just like on your birthday, you were walking through the villages.
Yeah.
And so we didn't celebrate it and was like, you know what? Since we're there anyways, we might just stay a few days longer, actually a week longer, and just take a holiday.
Well, we said 5 days, I think.
Well, in total, it's a week.
Yeah.
And it's also the first holiday that we are going on together.
Not the first ever, but
The
the
first
since
one
ages.
The last holiday we went on together was Bali.
No, it was Borneo, as you said the other day.
Right,
remember?
Borneo. This was on your birthday, 8 years ago?
7
years ago. We went to Germany once together, but this was
this
not
is
a holiday.
not a holiday.
Yeah.
We also went to Lombok together.
Yeah,
this
that's
is
not a holiday.
A holiday.
But like a holiday where you have the feeling you're like 21 again.
Where you can just, shut up your brain a little bit and...
Yeah, you have no responsibility.
Kind of, but, it's just the responsibility is more in the background.
Yeah, for a week we won't have a lot of responsibility.
Yeah.
But like I said, we have to prepare for it. So today and yesterday and the day before, we were just preparing for it because obviously during that time we have all these platforms that you still have to post something. And even during the holiday, I'm still gonna post stories because I tried it the other day where I didn't post a story, and because some people were
you
like,
still feel bad about it?
Yeah, I still feel bad about it.
Relax.
I didn't post a story, and some people told me that if you don't do that for a day, then the views go up, and our views went kind of down. I think because the stuff I posted was just boring. Yeah, and then I didn't post for a day because I thought, okay, this is a good. I take a break from it as well, which was very difficult because I usually enjoy it. However, I didn't post for a day, and then our views went even lower. And now it's just getting better. And it's not the numbers that I care about, it's more the less people see it, it's going to affect the puppy house. Like, if not a lot of people see it and help, it's going to affect the puppy house, which is, worries me then as well. So it's all connected. And you're trapped. I felt trapped last week a little. But yeah, usually I enjoy it. I'm not saying it with a lot of enthusiasm at the moment, but just because I don't have a lot of that to give right now.
So, did you want to ask me about my sunshine moment?
What was your sunshine moment?
I'm actually thinking about it right now.
Going on a holiday with me?
Yeah, but this hasn't happened yet, so...
But it will.
Saturday was good. I had a good Saturday. There you go.
What did you do?
We just spent it at home, and then my friends came over later. That's about it.
Yeah.
I didn't have much, to be honest.
I think this sounds really great. It makes such a difference, seeing friends. Like the other day I wasn't feeling very well and I had 2 hours in between appointments, and then a friend came over and we hung out here, and it was so nice. Like I felt so good afterwards, but usually I just don't have the time because there's always something to do. Not like always, like I always, it's not that I never see my friends, but it's just lately it's been really hard. Yeah.
All right. Should we start with the question?
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna check my phone. Oh, thank you for this therapy session, by the way. Okay. Question. Should I just ask you, Santi, do you like cats as well?
Love them. I think in my previous life I was actually a crazy cat lady.
Yeah. We also used to find way more cats back in the days.
I know what happened.
Because we don't go for walks in the rice field anymore.
Well, I go to the beach and I swear to you every third time I feel like I find a dog, so.
What's your story? Actually, this question came so many times. What's your story? How did it come to the puppy house? And I briefly talked about it on Instagram, but it's actually a really long story.
Yeah, it's always so, like, because we get this question asked a lot. Like every visitor day, I have at least 5 people that ask.
But
this.
I never tell the full story.
No, because you don't have that much time.
Yeah.
And there is no easy answer. It's not. We never came here with a plan to do this. It
No.
just happened, and then we woke up one day and we were like, oh shit! Like we got a lot of dogs.
It was not like that as well.
Well, a part of it then.
Yeah, but we didn't wake up and thought, oh, where did they come from?
No. Still, but I can't pinpoint when it started.
Yeah, I mean, the puppy house thing is... So we were just rescuing, not because we wanted to, it just happened. So we kept finding dogs, and then we brought them to the vet, and then found them new homes. So basically what we do now, just in our private home. And then one day... So we were also involved in the community, like we helped people with their dogs and so on. And then there were sterilization events all the time, and we got in contact with these ladies who were also rescuing, and back then money wasn't really, I was doing very well, so this wasn't an issue, so we were sponsoring sterilization days. And then one day, I don't know how it happened, but there was a French guy who was a rescuer, and he passed away. Like he had an accident, and then somehow, because of all these sterilization days and the ladies we met there, he died, and then he had the house full with dogs. I think, how many dogs did he have?
30 something, I think.
Okay. Something between 30 and 40. I had 40 in mind, but yeah, something like that. Doesn't matter, a lot of dogs. And they were in his house and nobody took care of them. And he had like a wife or staff or something, but she disappeared, and
they didn't get paid, so no one showed up.
Yeah.
And basically the dogs were there
on their own.
In
a tiny
food.
house.
They didn't have a garden, there was just like a garage, a small one.
Yeah.
And a lot of them were really, really sick as well when we arrived. There was like everything was just full with like poo.
Well, we got dragged into it somehow because these ladies we met, they were like, told us the story and asked if we wanted support financially, which we did. And then, they tried to, take care of this house with all these dogs.
Well, we ended up kind of disagreeing with their method, and when we said that, it kind of got dumped onto us.
Well, it wasn't even the method. I think we once said that, so they use dishwasher to wash the dogs, and then we kind of said that they should have dishwasher, it's not good for dogs. And they just snapped, or one of them, and this was it. and dumped it on. And they were like, okay. She was like, yeah, if you can do better, then just do it.
Yeah,
But
but
I think-
before we also kind of criticized a few other things.
I just remember that.
Yeah, well, I do. I don't know specifically what, but we were just not. The thing is, we were very invested already because we took care of the vet and everything,
Yeah.
and on finding homes for them, and we were pretty invested, and we did really like those dogs.
Yeah.
So it wasn't just oh, we'll give you some food and we'll leave and you do your own.
Yeah. Yeah, it was
And
about,
I
that.
don't think they enjoyed that very much, especially because we were just way younger.
Yeah.
And yeah, well,
I also think that they wanted a way out of it, because they actually didn't want. Fair enough.
maybe.
They didn't want to take care of it, so this was a good opportunity because to just dump it on us.
So this was our first puppy house.
Basically,
Uh,
we inherited it somehow from a guy that we never
Yeah,
met.
so we ended up renting the plot of land next to it.
No, this is another organization rented it, not us.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah.
In the
well,
very beginning.
Okay.
And the thing is, I remember the things we criticized, they only had to do with walking the dogs and, getting them, like making sure that they get used to harnesses and just stuff like that. So all the things we criticized were just things that we used to do with our dogs every day, that we make sure they have proper water, not the tap water, like actual water. And yeah, it was just this kind of stuff. Anyways, so yeah, I don't know what happened there, but
Well, we had the plot of land next door, so they had like a
garden.
really good sized garden, I would say.
Yeah. So we went there all the time. We had people living in their family with kids.
Yeah.
And then at some point all the dogs were adopted,
Yeah,
I
I
guess.
think that the lease was over as well,
Yeah.
and all the dogs
Most of them.
got. I adopted Boo Boo.
I adopted one.
We adopted the cat, Diana.
Yeah. And I adopted Kiara.
Yeah.
Um,
And
yeah.
it was-
But however, so all of them got adopted, and then this was that. The house was over, and then our home was still full with dogs, and we kept finding dogs because what we did in that time, whenever we found a dog, we put him there actually
yeah.
during that time.
Yeah. Speedy was there too.
And then we were living together, and eventually our relationship was not very good at that point. We were just fighting, and we had so many dogs at home. We had this breed rescue thing as well.
Mhm.
And we had like 40 dogs or something at home, or over 40 dogs at life. All I did was walking dogs. Really.
Mhm.
This is how it felt. And we went out so many times a day to get them all tired. And then, yeah, at some point you moved out. We needed a break from each other.
Mhm.
And which was good. It was good for our relationship, I think. Because before I tried to always be some sort of like a mom, but Santi was an adult, and that didn't really work. So we
Yeah, and I think our routines are different as well. And yeah, just a few things where I felt like controlled kind of a little bit. Where it's like you have to be home at a certain time. And the thing is, we had the dogs together as well. So, it is not just your responsibility then, obviously. And I wasn't feeling very well anyway. So yeah, I moved out.
You took like 10 dogs or something?
All right, I still had Eddie from the breed rescue as well.
And during that time, I had some other friends who were living somewhere, and I dumped a few dogs on them, or it just, tried to make it work somehow. I helped another rescuer with a dog, and she was like, yeah, I want to rescue this dog, and back then I was like, okay, we can put him on our account at Sunset Vet, at the vet where we get a discount. But eventually it wasn't like one dog, it was like 20 dogs or something. And I found like a mom with babies, with, I don't know, 5 babies or something. And then a friend came to a rescue. A friend back then came to the rescue. She had this house and her lease was running out, and she was like, yeah, you can have it for a few months and keep the dogs there, which I then did, and then hired somebody to take care of the dogs there. It was a disaster, and eventually the landlord then learned about it, and he said that we have to move out within like a few days, so we had to look for a new house. Yeah, and this is just how it happened. We found a new house, moved there.
Yeah, so the puppy house we're in now is our 5th.
Is it?
Yeah.
Just 3, 4. Well, with the one from the man who died.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and then at some point you came back. Like, I don't know, after 6 months or something, we started talking again. And you actually want to take a break from all the rescuing, but somehow you came because you want to foster. You came to the
I don't remember.
puppy house back then.
I remember going there.
Yeah, because you haven't seen it and we hadn't had any contact.
Yeah. Did I foster someone?
And it was, I felt a little alone with all of it, but this wasn't your choice necessarily, it was my choice to take in more dogs and but however, so you came...
And to make it to Valipos, I mean, before we were like solo rescuers, there's a difference between...
Yeah, I just realized that, we need help. Also financially, I wasn't doing that well anymore, and we just needed to... It was like either, I stop now, or we just make it bigger. But then again, there's no stopping really, because you're gonna find dogs everywhere. So it's not that suddenly I'll just pass a dog and be like, oh no, I didn't see this. Bye. I'm not gonna do that. I just can't. I had to be realistic about it. So it was like, okay, let's go all in then, and see what's gonna happen. And yeah, I don't see us stopping like ever, to be honest. But starting from Thursday, we're gonna stop for a week.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is the story, and then
Sorry.
Yeah,
Only,
and you know who
only
was
took
there
20 minutes.
all along? Zuli.
Yeah.
Zuli's
Yeah, true.
so great.
Yeah.
Our team is so great, and this is what I miss as well, just spending time with them. And in the past week and the week before, there was just no time. I went to the puppy house, and I just sat there. But you don't really spend time with them, and I miss that. I miss the interactions, and we sat together on your birthday. Yeah. Yeah, because obviously on Visit Today we see each other, or...
And on your birthday.
Yeah, but this is like ages ago. But yeah, it's different if you have time and can just hang out and, have fun and... Anyways. Yeah.
All right. Let's continue. That was a very long answer.
Do you keep puppies and seniors separate? No.
Yes and
no and yes. So really, really small dogs, they stay in our quarantine area. And they are only with the older ones or with the others when somebody is around, which is most of the time, to be honest. But other than that, they're all together. They just get along. Not always, but I think...
Well, we have the big main area, right?
Yeah.
And we have like 2 quarantine spaces, like one bigger one and a smaller one. So they're in the bigger one, and
Guest toilet
just,
quarantine and bamboo quarantine.
Just too overwhelming, sometimes for the little puppies, and
when they just move in.
So that's why we slowly introduce them, that they stay like, I don't know, an hour a day or something in the main area.
Yeah.
And then Suzanne is always with them anyway.
It depends on the size. So if they're really tiny.
Yeah, and it depends on the dogs as well. There are some that are a bit more scared, and it just...
Yeah. And at night the puppies sleep in cages. Like they have these little cages, crates. Very, very sweet though. With all sorts of pillows and so they have the cages because otherwise they just do shit the entire night. And also for potty train reasons, to be honest.
Yeah, and we want them to, just at night, like
relax.
Have the routine that they should just relax. There's no playing around anymore. Like.
And the older ones, they just sleep in Suzanne's area and Theo's area, and they have their beds, like nothing. They just sleep. But tiny ones, we call it a puppy room. It's Teddy. We call it actually Teddy's room. Teddy's a small puppy that Suzanne fell in love with ages ago. And yeah, they're in there. What else? Next question. Why do I keep putting my phone away? You know why? Because I keep getting messages and I need to...
Mm-hmm.
So then, because then when I look at my phone, I see... this is not a question. Are you gonna get wheelchair for the dogs? By the way, you are the best person, Angel. Yeah, thank you very much. I don't know if we're the best people.
We do have a wheelchair, but to be honest, they don't like it.
They don't like it.
They just hate it.
So Hero and Maggie need a wheelchair. To be fair, we didn't get one for Hero because he's using Maggie's, but he does need his own wheelchair.
He does. You know, the problem is, so we have on the island, I swear, we
one
have one guy who does wheelchairs, and they're all the same, basically. They're not very
great.
Not
very great wheelchairs.
I don't want to give him shit because I am grateful that we have at least something.
But we have to do it. We really have to.
But I just think if we would find like a more comfortable wheelchair where, it's not like a harness, this and that, and but yeah, anyway, at the moment, they hang out in the puppy house, and Hero and Maggie, the two dogs that do need a wheelchair maybe, and they're very mobile, like with their two front paws. They're very
Maggie
fast.
Absolutely hates her wheelchair. Like she does it, but she absolutely hates it. Santa, where are you going? Don't leave me. No, Santa.
Yeah, and also in the puppy house, they don't need it. They're not gonna drive around there.
True. Yeah, but they could.
Yeah.
Maggie used to get training, but actually since a while she doesn't anymore. Because the thing is, she can walk with it. It's not that she.
It's also not that Maggie plays a lot with the other dogs, so.
She does. She only doesn't like Ricky. The others are good. It's just not Ricky. We don't even have Ricky. See, this is what I mean in my brain.
Rocky. Yeah.
I love this.
Well, anyway, we have a wheelchair.
How do you socialize dogs who don't seem to like other dogs? We just don't. I don't know.
I mean, there's a lot of space actually in the puppy house for everyone to have like his corner and just be left alone.
Yeah, and they give signs. If a dog doesn't want the other one to be around, he's going to growl at the other dog, and then they just keep their distance. Yeah. I mean, Bali dogs are really good with that. Like they have, dog behavior. They're really good with that.
Yeah.
Well, I think, oh my god, and a doctor sent us a video the other day. So she has this dog, and her dog growled at another dog. But it was a video of this dog laying next to this other big dog, and this big dog just didn't keep his distance whatsoever. She was chewing on something, and he just kept going and wanting to play, and then she growled at him. And I saw this video, I was like, oh my god, she's gonna snap. I'm surprised that she just growled at him. Yeah, but they're all very social, I would say. Like, Bali dogs are just very social dogs.
Yeah.
They like other dogs. They like a friend. Their body language is just a little... I figured, maybe I made this up, but I figured that their body language is just very different to, like, dogs that I see, like breed dogs. They're just more respectful.
I think it's just different.
Yeah, I think... No, they're just so... They just don't respect the boundaries that much. Some.
Yeah.
Because they don't know. It's like they just don't know.
No.
Yeah. Could you show some more content about the dogs that have their forever home? Yeah, we can. The thing is, when it comes to these things, I have to rely on adopters for sending material. And yeah, like I said, I have to rely on adopters to send material. And sometimes this takes a long time. And yeah, it takes a long time sometimes. Do the dogs understand more than one language? To be honest, I'm happy if they just listen to whatever. Whatever. I don't think they understand any language.
They usually do whatever they want, to be honest, but it's usually a good thing. It's not that they're always by your side, and I don't know.
They don't do a lot of shit.
They're not show dogs. You're not gonna, that they're not very into playing fetch, for example. They don't understand this concept of bringing you something back and actually playing with it. It's like you're throwing it, it's theirs. They go on a pillow and eat it. But it was just a bit different. Like it took me ages to train. I think it was Dobby to sit.
My dog Dobby?
Yeah, your dog Dobby.
Yeah.
I don't know why. They just don't see a point in it.
Dobby, for example, is very not socialized. And she doesn't like other dogs. I don't think she likes anything in general.
So how many languages?
Not much I can do.
How many languages does she understand?
I don't know. I guess. No, I mean, sometimes she does play with just my older dogs, but this is it.
Yeah.
Anyways,
well, my dogs can do sit, and in German sitz. That's what they can do.
I said to you 2 days ago or something, I said to you, Bambi and Lexi, they don't know no, right? Remember when we were sitting outside?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, and they were like giving you kisses and stuff, and then I was like, the problem is they don't know no.
Yeah.
It's a problem because I never said, they just never did anything.
Yeah.
Like maybe they were chewing on something and I said no or something. This, maybe yes, but not really. Actually, I don't remember them chewing on. They just never did anything.
Yeah, it's
bad.
With my dogs as well. I don't feel like they are giving me a hard time with anything, so I don't really know what to train with them. When I'm outside without a leash, they're always with me. Like those essentials, when I tell them to go home, they go home.
Yeah, if I call them and they don't come, then I just open a bag of treats and they're all there.
Feeding time works really well. They all sit there and wait for their food and don't steal anything, and it just works.
Mine are so loud during feeding time.
I mean, yeah, obviously they have their quirks, but
we should show more of our dogs. This is not a question, but it says here that we should show more of our dogs at home. Yeah, we can do that in the stories, I guess. Why is Suki no longer with Baripos?
I saw him today. At the beach.
Suki came. So Suki is Zoli's brother, and he started working in our second puppy house. But he was great at that time, for this time. This is the thing. I think sometimes, people are great, but they are just there for, they're good for a certain time. And then at some point we were getting bigger, it was more responsibility, more work, and
his life changed.
He had a girlfriend, and he wanted to move in with her, and before he was living in the puppy house, and he was just not very motivated anymore, and I wasn't very happy with a few things, which weren't a surprise because they were there all along, so it's not. But just over time, they bothered me more and more and more. And I think before we were kind of thinking that, because he was just so awesome with the dogs. So it was we're probably not going to find anyone who's that good with the dogs, but we did. Nevertheless, I'm really happy that he helped, and he was great for that time. And then you know,
Yeah, the dogs absolutely.
yeah. I mean, he walks some of our dogs who got adopted here, so he
Yeah.
walks them. We message on Instagram. If we would need something, we could just tell him. If I would call him now and ask him to come to the puppy house to help there for a day, he would surely do it.
I mean,
So nothing bad, really.
He took Alice as well.
Right, he
He has
adopted.
a dog.
Yeah,
Almost.
yeah, yeah. I'm really.
It's that.
Yeah, but I don't see him coming back or anything like that. Yeah. What is your location in Bali? We can't tell you.
Well, we can't tell the
We could, but
location.
we're not gonna do it.
but
You can
the
DM us.
area.
You can DM us, and then we're gonna send you the location. It's just if it's online, then people would dump dogs there, which happened the other day once, but more people would do that. So yeah, this is one of the reasons. We are also afraid that somebody throws poison maybe over the wall, or just you never know. People do weird things.
We're around 30 to 40 minutes away from Chango. Like northwest.
30 minutes, yeah.
Depends
30 minutes.
who drives. It's not 30 minutes.
Well, with the traffic,
It's
no.
40.
It's 40? Is it
Yeah,
40?
it
It's so long.
Minimum 40, yeah.
Yeah. How is Snappy doing? Snappy is still looking for his forever home.
Mm-hmm.
Snappy is a little dog that I just found him while running and just made a video of him, and this video just went crazy. Yeah, I was so sick of this video so much. Yeah, this video had like, I don't know, how many million views? Like 99 million or just something
over
ridiculous.
90 million views. And
Yeah,
you
I
know
think-
what? All those views and he's still with us.
Not a single adopter. Yeah, Snappy is good, but he would be way better if he would find a forever home.
Yes.
He's a sweetheart. And He's a good dog. He's very sweet. He's,
Yeah. Someone who's not super active because he does have a little problem with his back leg.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't use it properly. It doesn't hurt or anything. It just, I mean, he had surgery and everything. So it's all good.
But
just
he
shouldn't-
uses it enough for not, the vet to say, or for us to say, okay, let's amputate it.
Yeah,
Like, he can actually use it. It's
yeah.
just,
It's just a little stiff, kind of. You can see it from the back when he runs.
yeah.
So, if you are not planning on running a marathon with your dog,
Snappy
Then-
is your boy.
Snappy is your boy.
Oh, I have to say, just speaking here, I already feel better. Really, I already feel better. It's
So
not going to
we
last
do-
long because we have to go to the village now.
Yeah.
You know what? On one hand, I'm so happy that... So we had some issues here regarding sterilization, which were rather frustrating. I don't know if I talked about this in one of the podcasts before or not, but so we've been having some issues for quite some time where we want to sterilize, but we also get the permission, but then it gets cancelled, and then we're not allowed to, and it's been politics. Anyway, so then an incident happened not long ago in a village, and anyways, we got the permission to vaccinate now, and while we were in the villages, many villagers actually asked if we can also sterilize, and then the local authorities saw that there is the need for sterilization, and
Who would have thought?
we offered, and we're like, hey, we can help with that. I just said it, I was like, okay, let's see what they're gonna say, and they got together and decided that we are allowed to sterilize now, and this is like such a door opener for us to sterilize again.
Yeah, it's going to be a very long...
Not secretly, like just sterilize again. Finally.
Yeah, it's just, we have to go door to door.
Oh my god. I think this is why I don't feel
And
good.
so it's going to take ages. Honestly, it's going to take ages, but slowly, we'll still...
yeah, it's
We'll
so
still
great. And also
make
that
it.
our sponsor is covering every sterilization.
Yeah.
It's going to be so awesome. So good. So that's why we have to suck it up and just do the work. But what we won't do anymore is... so we are hiring somebody else as well who's going to join. Ibu Ayu and Agustin, because we are not joining. It's mentally,
You're
we
sick of
just
it.
can't do it.
Sick
No,
of it.
it just can't do it. I'm too weak for
Yeah.
it. I don't want to trash talk anyone or talk bad about anyone, but when you go from house to house, you just see things you don't want to see. Like dogs in cages, dogs on chains, and you try to talk to the people, but
Cats in cages.
just all kinds of animals.
Everything
really.
that walks in cages, kind
It's-
of.
And then
And flies.
what's so hard for me is because obviously you can't just go to the people and be like, oh, your dog is in a cage, this is wrong, this is it, you need to offer them a solution. So for that, you need to ask, hey, so why is he there in the first place? If it's because they're worried that she gets pregnant, then we offer sterilization, which we do anyways. Everyone gets sterilized. If it's because they killed a chicken, we go and buy muzzles. But while doing so, we know exactly that they're gonna do it with a muzzle once, let him walk around, but then they're not gonna do it anymore. They take the muzzle off, just leave him on the cage or in the chain again, and this is it. And if it would be one dog, we could help more, but it's so many, like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dogs, and we can't possibly, take them in. If you go through all the villages. Yeah, so we help as much as we can. But it does something with me, just seeing them in their, own feces. And yeah, it's hard for me not to think about this. But I don't know what to do as well. Like I feel very helpless.
Well, I mean, we can just do our best.
Yeah, like the other day we got some cats out.
Yeah, we still have no idea what to do with
No
them.
clue, but it was just
Because we don't have an
awful.
area for cats, and I will definitely not take 3 young kittens to mine.
Yeah, one ran away. Good
Yeah.
for her.
Yeah.
Good for her, I guess.
So
I would
there's
have run
no
away
free.
there as well. And it was so...
So they're at the vet at the moment.
They had these cats in the cages, and the cage was just full with shit. And the cats were just like,
Circling. around.
circling and just freaking out. And I don't even know how anyone could just sit at home and relax while they're making all these noises and all these screams. And and then we asked why they are in the cage. And he was like, yeah, because he's worried that they run away. Well, I don't know.
But also he gave them to us
Yeah,
straight
also-
away when we
yeah.
asked. So
Yeah.
I don't think they were that important to him.
Yeah. But this is the thing, I guess we just don't have to understand it. You know what I hope? Like, that the next generation, that things are just different. And for that, and this is all this time during the community service, how I like to call it, during that time I realized that it's so important that we expand our education program. There are school holidays at the moment, but once these are over, we're just going to expand it and grow our team there and just find sponsors and just find ways to make it as big as possible that every child here on the island, just gets one of these booklets and that we just go to every school here on the island. Somehow. We'll manage. always somehow.
On that note, I
Let's
think
go.
We need to go.
Yes. Community service.
Yes.
Next episode, a little happier.
Definitely. It's after our holidays. I hope happy.
Bangu, are you done?
Okay. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye bye.